I've got my mermaid tail ready to go. Let's talk about The Little Mermaid. Hey everyone, this is David Stark from Watcher Pass. Today I'm talking about The Little Mermaid, which comes to theaters on May 26, 2023. It continues the trend that Disney has been doing of live-action remakes of classic animated properties. Now, is this remake worth all the effort? Well, my hot take is, look, I think you should probably rent it. It has some smart updates and some beautiful animation, but overall, I don't think it's better than the original source material, and they made it longer and slower. So, of my 3 kids that saw it, 2 of them actually didn't like it, which is surprising given it's a new Disney movie. It also kind of fits in with my main issue with these movies is like, what's the point? I'd rather Disney work on new properties rather than updating old properties. But in any event, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the movie, a few things I liked, a few things I didn't like. Probably a ton of spoilers in here. There might be a few things about the movie, but there won't be a lot of spoilers, so you don't have to worry about any of that. I'm not going to get into the ending because it's a remake of The Little Mermaid, so you already know what happens. And if you're wondering, for kids, I think it's probably fine for kids. They do some nice updates to some of the song lyrics. About as scary as the original Little Mermaid is. There's a little bit of fear-ish kind of stuff, but I think it should be fine for most kids. That being said, The Little Mermaid, if you don't know the story, which I don't know how you don't know the story, is about Ariel, the youngest of King Triton's 7 daughters, who is enamored with the world above water. She's enamored with people that live on land. She really just wants to kind of experience that part, and a chance encounter with a prince kind of really fuels that fire, makes her want to get up there. And because her father is super protective, he doesn't let her even think about going to land. So Ariel has to go to other means to get what she wants. And that leads to a bad bargain that could spell the end of both Ariel and King Triton. So, things I liked about this movie. The first, look, the animation is gorgeous. It is beautiful. They do a really good job of recreating the sea. There's a lot of really wonderful sea scenes, and the animators did a great job of like recreating that, making it colorful, making it bright, making it just beautiful overall. This is definitely a movie where you're going to enjoy the animation. Now, some of it, some of the movement isn't perfect, and some of the animation when they go underwater looks very computer animated, but they do a really good job overall, and I really enjoyed the scenes under the water. The second thing I love is the cast. This has a really great cast. You've got Halle Bailey as Ariel. She does a fantastic job. She's a good singer. She really kind of captures Ariel's essence. I liked her performance. I really like Jonah Hauer-King as Prince Eric. And the rest of the cast is really good. Javier Bardem does a good job as Triton. Melissa McCarthy does a great job as Ursula. It's just an all-star great cast and definitely a strong point of this movie. The third thing I liked is it's pretty true to form, and they keep a lot of things about the animated movie. I especially liked during one song at the end, Ariel, like, I don't know, pushes up on a rock and there's a wave behind her. It looks great in the animated movie. They did that again in this. It looks kind of silly here, but I like that they kept to that source material. That is kind of an iconic scene. I like that they kept that in. They also kept in the main story. They kept in the characters. There were some updates here and there, but overall, it is a pretty true to form remake. The fourth thing I liked are the songs, the classic songs that we know and love. They are faithfully recreated. They are well done. Halle Bailey does a really good job with Part of Your World, which is kind of an iconic Little Mermaid song. And so if you're worried about how the old songs sound, they sound great. The fifth thing I like, the final thing I like is they had some pretty smart updates. I like that they updated some of the song lyrics to change them. Like in Kiss the Girl, they changed some of the lyrics to be a little less aggressive, I guess, and more kind of focused on consent, which I think was a really smart update and a good way to kind of stay true to the source material, but update it. I also like that they added a few scenes. There's a really fun scene with Ariel going around like a marketplace. It has a lot of colors, a lot of fun kind of like, and it's really just a beautiful scene. It's a fun experience, and it really kind of gets you to see why Ariel would love this world. So, that being said, things I didn't love as much. The first, it's pretty slow. Like, so the original Little Mermaid is about an hour and 20 minutes. This is 2 hours and 15 minutes. So there's a good chunk of stuff that they added. Some of that is in the middle, is with, Eric and Ariel, like, slowly getting to know each other. Eric kind of lamenting, being the king and staying in the castle. Ariel kind of like learning more about this world. But it's a very kind of slow middle. It has a nice start and it has a pretty strong ending. And in the middle, it just really slows down, which makes it feel like a much longer movie, which leads to my second point. It is long, like 2 hours and 15 minutes for a kid's movie. Feels long. It feels like they added some smart things, but maybe added a little bit too much. And like I said, it's a kid's movie. 2 of my 3 kids didn't actually like the movie. I think part of that is because it was a little bit long and slow in the middle. The third thing I didn't love are the changes, not the changes that you've heard about. Halle Bailey did a great job as Ariel. I could not care less who they played as long as they kind of like did a good job. But they added like 3 songs, which they didn't hold up to the kind of music of the original. They did the same thing in Aladdin, where they added another song that just didn't really fit with the overall mood. This movie has 3 additional songs by my count. One is when King Eric is like lamenting staying in the castle and not being able to go explore the world. It was okay. It just wasn't a great song, and also I didn't really feel bad for him that he has to stay in this beautiful castle and can't go and explore the ocean. The second song was Ariel singing about like the wonders of the human world. It was fine. It just wasn't as strong as like the source songs. Maybe it'll grow on me, but when I saw it, it just didn't really kind of pop like the original music does. And the third song is a kind of rap between Scuttle and Sebastian about some rumors that are happening. Again, it's fine. It's a clever play on words. But again, it didn't really do much for me like the original songs do. And the last thing I didn't love as much, and this is kind of my complaint with all the Disney remakes, is what's the point? Like, what is the reason for doing this? It just seems like a large endeavor to remake a movie that is fine on its own and doesn't really need to be remade. I would rather Disney focus on new movies, new animated properties, maybe even like an extension of The Little Mermaid, like a sequel. Sure, why not? All these remakes are fine, but they seem like a lot of effort where it could be spent otherwise. I mean, I know Disney probably likes money, and I'm sure this will make a ton of money, but I would much rather they focus on new movies, new original IPs, rather than like refresh the old ones. So that is a Little Mermaid. Like I said, my recommendation is to rent. Wait for it to come to Disney Plus. It'll probably come to Disney Plus in a couple months, and then you can watch it. And if it's too slow, you can take a break. But that being said, it is coming to theaters on May 26, 2023, and also at the end of the movie, there are no spoilers. There's no stingers. I wish they would have brought back that crazy chef, because I like the chef. I understand probably why they took him out, but maybe a little quick stinger at the end with him, like, I don't know, sharpening a knife, or just like saying, like, looking at Sebastian. That could have been fun, but they didn't have any stingers at the end. Once the movie's over, you can go ahead and leave. So that's The Little Mermaid. It comes to theaters on May 26, 2023. And thanks so much for watching. If you liked this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.